As it is well known, George Washington is the father of our country. But there is a man here who comes in a close second. As a father, I will tell you. This man's book is only outsold in the history of books by one other. The top-selling book in the world is the Bible. The second bestseller belongs to Dr. Spock, his books on childcare. Lately, Dr. Spock has widened his range and often speaks out about politics and our foreign policy, and he is here today. Would you welcome Dr. Benjamin Spock? You must have been a big baby. Yes. You're a very tall gentleman.
I was this tall by 12.
Were you really, Doctor?
Yeah. They used to call me the skeleton in armor when I wore long woolen underwear, which we used to wear back in the 1910s.
With a trapdoor?
Yeah, with a
Yes.
trapdoor.
I have read your book, Doctor, and I am floored, and always have been, by how you call your shots. This is hypothetical, of course, but you as much as say in your book, at 2 months and 2 months, 2 years and 2 months, your child will pick up the crayons, head for the wall, and scribbled all over them. And to the day, the child picks up the crayons, goes to the wall, and you sit there and say, that son of a gun, Dr. Spock. How do you know that? But then you're prepared for the future. That's amazing.
Well, I give lots of leeway. You know, I set those different things for relatively dull children. So...
I'm going right home after the show and beat him up. How many did it take, do you estimate, how many children to research to get the facts you've come up with?
Well, I used to practice pediatrics in New York City from about 1933 until 1947. That's where I learned everything that I knew. I was a New Yorker then.
Ah. You're now living in the Middle West,
yes,
near Columbus, isn't it? Or?
Not quite. Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland, right.
I'm a professor of child development at Western Reserve Medical School.
Right, right. What about the toys the children are playing with today? What do you feel about them?
Some of them are marvelous, and a lot of them are rather murderous, I think. I used to think that it didn't matter what toys children played with, and I used to tell parents who worried about that war pistols and war toys would make their children gangsters or militarists. I used to poo-poo that, but I really changed my mind to some degree. I don't think you can change a good child to a scoundrel by letting him play with pistols. One of the people who changed my mind was a nursery school teacher that I respect very much, and she said that after the Three Stooges program became popular, that nursery school children began bopping each other quite spontaneously. And she would say, "You can't do that. He didn't do anything to you." And they said, "The Three Stooges do." To be serious about it, it made me realize that by watching brutality or by watching pseudo-brutality, children's ideas of what is proper, what's acceptable, really can be changed, at least to a degree. And my own feeling is that with the world in the precarious state it is in, with nuclear destruction just around the corner, that we've got to bring up our children much more civilized and much more constrained about the use of aggressiveness, so that my own feeling is now children shouldn't watch brutality or even pseudo-brutality, especially when they're at the preschool age.
About things like Batman.
That's different.
Is that different? That's
I
fun.
understand, yeah. I also think that though I wouldn't snatch pistols away from all children, because I wouldn't dare in a country like this where all boys play with pretend pistols up to the age of 9, I still think that it's better for parents to decline to buy them for their children, you know, make them buy them with their own money and tell them, I believe people need to get along in a more friendly way with each other to hold the world together, and so I don't believe in buying you pistols.